1938, the rodeo parade in downtown Phoenix. Thousands of spectators watched cowboys on horseback, followed by Indians in native clothing, dancing on the street, and even displays of baskets and pottery. But behind the fun times was a sad reality. People of color were not allowed in downtown restrooms and many businesses. Years of racism continued in Phoenix until one man decided he had had enough of signs like these. His name, Leon Grant. He came to Arizona from the Omaha tribe looking for an education. The year was 1947. He also hoped to get involved in some rodeos and maybe even find a wife. He achieved these goals, but one thing kept bothering him. Mr. Grant approached the city leaders and judges asking that the racist signs be removed permanently. He did not stop until the city eventually ordered all businesses to treat their customers equally. At the same time, Mr. Grant realized the Native Americans visiting Phoenix needed more than access to goods and services. They needed a place of their own. So he partnered with the city to create the Phoenix Indian Center.
The city of Phoenix, actually, for the Phoenix Indian Center back in 1947, gave Mr. Leon Grant, who was the founder of the Phoenix Indian Center, a building and a space to begin to create a place for Native Americans to come in and gather, a place for them to connect as they were moving from the reservations and beginning to look for jobs in an urban area.
Located in a small building near First Avenue in Fillmore, the Indian Center's popularity quickly grew among tribal members throughout Arizona.
I first became familiar with Phoenix Indian Center when my grandparents would come from the reservation at Salt River downtown. It was an all-day trip at the time. You would meet people, there'd be opportunity to get to know each other, and also to have a place that starts to create a cultural foundation.
After years of using volunteers, the center received enough funding to hire staff members, establish itself as a not-for-profit, and offer more resources to better serve the Native Americans moving to Phoenix. As a result, many thousands of natives have improved their quality of life. Despite many changes Phoenix has experienced over the past 60 years, the center stays true to its original purpose, keeping the door always open.
When I first came here, I was welcomed by the Indian people of Phoenix. I was welcomed by the people of the Phoenix Indian Center. I didn't need the financial assistance, but I needed the emotional support, and I needed to feel welcomed in the community, and that's what they did.
In the late 60s and early 70s, the federal government committed to improving services for Native Americans. That led to a major expansion of Phoenix Indian Center. Additional programs and services were offered. More staff members were hired, many of them Native Americans. And through the years, as natives kept moving to the city, the Indian Center has maintained its importance as a critical resource to help them succeed.
They show you and give you information, counseling, whatever you need to, turn your life around.
I ask anyone who is remotely interested to please go into the center and feel for yourself, because you will feel the difference that is being made. You will feel the energy in the building, and you will understand what it is that they provide.
They've helped not only my family, but I've seen them just being a place where people can come for care.
If it weren't for the Indian Center that gave me established, no one had never got this job. I'd be back home. So I owe that to them. I owe a lot to them.
Today, the scope of services found under one roof is impressive by any standard.
The Phoenix Indian Center specializes in workforce development, broad-based social services, and educational support. And then our fourth area is actually language and cultural revitalization.
You would say Wajchi. Can everybody say that? Wajchi. Now, what does Wajchi mean? What does that mean?
They do run an efficient operation. And that's important. We as a community need to understand the issues that our Native American community faces in our urban setting, because it is so important for our community that this center not only continue in its efforts, but thrive and grow.
You can't underestimate the importance of having healthy neighbors, and the concentration of Indian reservations within the state of Arizona is significant. And when they mix with in an urban setting, it's very important that that transition happens successfully and for everyone, both sides, both Native American and the remaining community.
The extraordinary effectiveness of Phoenix Indian Center received national attention in 2006 on NBC's Today Show.
The Phoenix Indian Center is an organization that's dedicated to promoting self-reliance and self-sufficiency for Native Americans, American Indians who are living in the city. It's a wide
Weatherman Al Roker featured the center for recognition in his Lend a Helping Hand program, delivering office supplies, computers, food, and even a brand new vehicle.
The great Chief Seattle once said, "Man did not weave the web of life. He is simply a strand in it. What he does to the web, he does to himself." So what he's saying is we're all in this together. And that's the way I feel. We're all in this together. This is an important city. It's the 5th largest city in the United States. And the Indian people want to be a part of this, and we all should grow together as a community.
More than 75,000 Native Americans now live in the Phoenix metro area, representing tribes all over the country. The Indian Center helps them strengthen ties to their tribal identities. After spending decades in small, inadequate buildings, the Indian Center celebrated a milestone in December 2006 when it moved into its permanent home on Central Avenue. Here, it shares space with Native Health and Native American connections. Phoenix Indian Center obtains financial support from a variety of sources: Valley of the Sun United Way, benefit banquets, individual and corporate donations, silent auctions, and more. Leon Grant is now retired, living in Chinle on the Navajo Nation. Because of his leadership and vision, the Phoenix Indian Center has assisted nearly every urban Indian living in the Phoenix metro area. To Mr. Grant, we say, thank you.